Hi guys, this is Vitaly with AFT Dispatch and A2C Logistics, and in today's video, I'd like to speak with you about how the government just revised the first quarter GDP numbers and what that ultimately means for the trucking industry. But first, roll the intro. Welcome back. Before we get started, I'd like to ask you to please like the video. Be sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss a single release of our videos, where every Friday we're talking about something that could benefit you in your trucking businesses, in your trucking careers, as well as cover the loads we've successfully booked for our customers, consisting of leased on owner operators and carriers operating under their own MC authorities, running under our truck dispatch services. As always, guys, big thank you for all the likes you've provided in all the previous videos. Please do keep them coming, and let's talk GDP, how the government just revised the numbers that are in the past and what they're looking at like now. Now, this is a big deal for truckers because GDP looks at, government or our national production of goods and services, right? Money moving around, gross domestic product. What have we produced? What have we exported? And for the country as well. So what has the country produced? And generally we have a very healthy GDP, but this last 3 years, I want to say, things have been certainly rocky, to say the least. Now, the economy actually ended up growing much faster than expected once they revised the numbers. Now, you could take this in two ways. You could say, well, the government's always been doing this and they're just trying to make the numbers look pretty, or hey, you know what? These numbers are actually representative of the actual truth of what's going on in the current market, in the current moment. So the revisions came into primarily two categories. They were revisions to exports and consumer spending. And I know we're always talking about consumer spending. I'll try to dig up the previous videos and I'll leave a little card here in the corner for you guys to watch. But basically what we saw is an increase consumer spending, which is very good. It happened in two areas, which were goods and services. In the goods sector, I guess we could say it was pretty simple. It was motor vehicles and parts. So we know as the economy worsened, as the cars were hard to come by, inflation went through the roof, prices went crazy, people started to repair their old vehicles, mechanics were really hard to find, to come by. So now what we're seeing is that motor vehicles have increased, and parts. So parts we just covered, and motor vehicles, the reason for it is because manufacturers are starting to lower their prices, do attractive financing options, all sorts of stuff, because they can't move their cars. Now the second sector was in the services sector. So under services, we're looking at healthcare, food services like restaurants, things like that, and accommodations. Now there was another category called other, but I'm just going to skip that one. It was minuscule, and we don't know what other really means. So we're talking healthcare, food services, and accommodations. So people are starting to travel a bit more. They're taking care of themselves. They're getting newer vehicles. They're repairing their vehicles, and they're going out more often to restaurants. Now, decreases were found to be in wholesale trade and manufacturing. Now that is not good, because we need wholesale trade and we need manufacturing to be up rather than down. So the biggest change was actually in what's called net trade. After everything's added up and subtracted, what do we have left over? And what we have left over are imports that dropped considerably. So imports have decreased coming from other countries to the United States. Exports, on the other hand, actually made the biggest difference. So now we are finally getting around to a point where the United States is exporting homemade stuff out of the country. Now, it could be that we're just exporting energy, or maybe we're talking about grains and things that we grow. It could be that. So we don't actually know until we really dig in, but we do know that imports are down, exports are up, and the expectation is, based on this type of information, is that the second quarter that we're just about to finish up, second quarter of 2023, and the third quarter of 2023 GDP numbers, that you can expect them to be weaker than expected, right? Because they fudged it, now they corrected it, they don't have the room. Now, they could always come back second quarter, third quarter and say, hey, we made adjustments. Always a possibility, because we are working with big government. So, as a kind of a caveat for all of this, as a kind of close up this whole idea, Many analysts expect that the recession that everyone's talking about is to begin this summer. So depending on who you ask, they'll say the recession's been here, inflation's here, recession's here, all sorts of things have already been happening. We're already feeling them. But on a numbers level, on a government level, on the analyst level, they're actually saying that we're not in a recession. Again, take it with a grain of salt, but that it's to begin this summer. So guys, we'd love to hear from you. What are your thoughts on all of this? Are we in a recession? Are you seeing the numbers increasing? Do you believe these numbers or not? Please leave your comments in the comment section below. Make sure you smash the like button on this video. If you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'm going to switch over to camera. We're going to look over the loads we booked for our customers, and I'll see you guys in just a moment. Welcome back. Let's take a look at some of these loads. We got vans and a flatbed. In fact, I'm going to start off with a flatbed. Did very, very well. Patrick is helping us get going in a flatbed game on our own fleet. So this is very good to see that he's doing quite well. Coming out of LaPorte, Texas, going to Grand Junction, Colorado with a 30,000 pound light load of crated motors. 1,187 miles booked at $4,000. That's $337 a mile on a ton of miles. Did really well there. Actually, a lot of light loads for Patrick. Leadville, Colorado to Gillette, Wyoming, 13,000 pound mining equipment, 440 miles booked at $1,700. That's $386 a mile. Then Evansville, Wyoming to Sioux Falls, South Dakota with a 9,000 pound light load of cables, wiring, electronics, and tools. 548 miles booked at $1,185, got him $216 per mile. Then right out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, zero deadhead going to Goodhue, Minnesota. It's a 48,000 pound light. It's a load of large bales of hay. Now 48,000 is pretty much maxing out the flatbed, and it is normal to see that type of freight in the market. In any case, 7 days on the road, Wednesday to Wednesday, 2,415 loaded miles, $7,560 gross at an average of $313 per loaded mile average. Excellent job. So over $7,500 in 7 days. Great average, good miles, very light freight. So that's very good. Next, we're going to move on to a dry van coming out of Birmingham, Alabama and Fort Smith, Arkansas. It's coming out to Omaha, Nebraska with a 40,000 pound load of furniture, a little over 1,000 miles, $2,725 dollars booked, got them $270 a mile. Then Harlan, Iowa, going to Granite City, Illinois. It's a 30,000 pound load of dry goods, 448 miles booked at $1,000, got them $223 a mile. Then St. Louis, Missouri to Oklahoma City, Oklahoma with a Tonu. Didn't, that fell through, $150 collected. Picked up the load, actually even better, out of East St. Louis, Illinois, going to Washington, West Virginia with a FAK load, 43,000 pounds on this one, 523 miles booked at $1,400, got them $268 a mile. And finished off with Circleville, Ohio, going to Gordonsville, Virginia. Quick run, 19,000 pounds of packaging materials, 400 miles, 1,050 on that one, got them $263 a mile. I ended up averaging out really good. Thursday to Thursday, $6,325 gross on his 2,380 miles, booked at $266 per loaded mile average. Excellent job, Robert. Very, very well done. Next, we got ourselves another dry van out of North Salt Lake, Utah, coming out to Denver, Colorado. 43,000 pound load of potting soil, 505 miles booked at $1,100, $218 a mile going to Denver. Then right out of Denver, going to Phoenix, Arizona. FAK load, 42,000 pounds, 790 miles, $1,450 booked. Got him $184 to come out of there. And then Waddell, Arizona, going Lacey, Washington with some watermelons, 44,000 pound load, 1,352 miles, making up the difference, $3,950 booked, got him $292 per mile. That brought up his averages. It's all an averages game. 7 days a week, Thursday to Thursday, $6,500 gross, 2,647 loaded miles, ran a $246 per loaded mile average. Excellent job, Nelson. Very, very well done. Let's take a look at this next one. We got, lots of short stops. All right, so we got Shepherdsville, Kentucky, going to Oakwood, Georgia. It's 11,000 pound load of plastic trays and lids, very light load, 411 miles, booked at $800, got him $195 on that one. Then out of Gainesville, Georgia, going to Bentonville, Arkansas, a 42,000 pound load of FAK, 787 miles, booked at $1,470, got him $187. and just kind of creeping in there. Then right out of Springdale, Arkansas, took a load to Ottawa, Kansas. It's a 41,000 pound dry goods load, 221 miles, booked at $800 on that one, $362 a mile. Then Gardner, Kansas to Valiant, Oklahoma, 40,000 pound load of Cargill and bales, 399 miles, $950. Got them $238 on that one, just keeps getting better. Norman, Arkansas to Olathe, Kansas with a 38,000 pound load dry goods, 389 miles. $980, got him $252 a mile, way to go. And I'm gonna finish off strong with a 1-pick 4 dropper out of Edgerton, Kansas, going to New Strong, Kansas, looks like Eureka, Kansas, Kremlin, Oklahoma, and a final in Noble, Oklahoma. It's a light load, all in all 15,000 pounds of FAK, 415 miles in total, $1,278 booked, got him $308 a mile loaded on that one. Excellent job. Finished off their week. This was actually Isa. Good to see you on the list, Isa. Very smart runs on this one. Thursday to Thursday, $6,278 booked, got 2,622 loaded miles, ran those at an average of $239 a mile in a very just normal dry van. He's a very hardworking guy. So very well done there. Next, a dry van out of Las Vegas going to Buffalo Grove, Illinois on a 10,000 pound light load of firefighting equipment, 1,754 miles, booked at $3,500, $2 on the dot. Then Geneva, Illinois to Clearfield, Utah, 25,000 pound load of dry goods, 1,353 miles, booked at $2,857, got him $211 a mile. Great job. Ogden, Utah to Billings, Montana, super light load of 5,000 pounds of containers, 514 miles, booked at $1,400, got him $272 a mile on that one. Absolutely killed it. 7 days, Thursday to Thursday, $7,757 in gross. That's $214 a mile on our 3,621 loaded miles. Excellent job, Sam. Very well done. I'm gonna finish off last with Abilene, Texas to Ogden, Utah. Regular dry van, 42,000 pound load of animal feed, 1,116 loaded miles, running at $2,803. That got him $251 per mile. Ogden, Utah to Henderson, Nevada, and a final in Glendale, Arizona. 1-pick 2 drop. 43,000 pound assault coming out of Utah, 738 miles, booked at $1,000, got him $136. However, right out of Phoenix, Arizona, going to San Marcos, Texas, site 7,000 pound light load of dry goods, very light, 1,003 miles. Very well done. $2,300, got him $229 a mile. And that was it. $6,103 booked Friday to Friday, 7 days on a road, 2,857 loaded miles at an average of $214 per loaded mile average. Great job, Anthony. And last but not least, we have Brian. He's a first timer on our weekly videos. He worked really hard to make it to these videos. And this is his first time. Here's to many more. It's a regular dry van coming out of York, Pennsylvania with a 3 dropper to Frona, Missouri, St. Maries, Idaho, and a final in Lyons, Oregon. It's a longer run, quite light, 26,000 pounds of machinery parts, 3,226 miles. Booked that one at $6,300. Great job. That's $195 a mile on a ton of miles, going to a good area. And then out of Portland, Oregon, went out, did a short, real quick run to Umatilla, Oregon. It's a 40,000 pound load of dry goods, 181 miles. Booked that one at $725, which got him $401 per mile. So all in all, took him 7 days, Monday to Monday, ended up grossing $7,025 on a 7 days, ran 3,407 loaded miles at an average of $206 per loaded mile. Excellent job, Brian. Let's keep this thing going. So as you can see, we have the loads, we have the rates, we have the gross, we have the miles. We got guys running at over $3 a mile on flatbed. Great job again. We got guys, I know I left them for the end, but that was Sam, $7,757 gross. Yeah, you got $214 a mile. Is that bad? $214 a mile, did quite well. Actually, very light loads on that one. 10,000 pounds, 25,000 pounds, and 5,000 pounds. So we are mindful of all these things. And this is what happens when you work with people who are experienced in what they do. We've been running dispatch forever. And also we work on with, leased on owner operator. So if that's, your game, if you got your own equipment and you're leased on with an outfit, definitely consider giving us a call, because you may find that you're going to run more efficiently. You could gross more money. It might be less expensive for you. And same thing for dispatch. If you're not making this kind of money, and you feel like you are a strong driver that could make these lists, then certainly get in touch with us. Call or text 801-448-6363. And then also our website, aftdispatch.com. Take a look. There's just 2 boxes. If you're a carrier, 1 box. If you're a leased on owner op, it's another box. So I'd love to speak with you guys. Leave your comments in the comment section below. And as always, stay healthy, be wealthy. Take care.